Welcome to yoga. Thanks for coming. So, yeah, you might want to have, well, just any props that you like to have. Block, maybe even a chair, because even though today I'm calling it the down low practice, we're gonna be down a lot. Our goal pose is actually going to be a standing pose. So and that's a balance. Anyway, a little hint. So I'm going to ask you to center on your backs. So lie down, and I'm going to, as we bring our awareness in, and like we usually do, I'm just going to guide us, and we're going to do more of a focusing on each body part and bringing some movement into it, so you can be aware of how your all little parts are doing. So just come onto your back. You can in any comfortable way. You can have your knees bent or straight, and close your eyes. And we're going to start with our feet. So just you can do both. We're going to spread our toes out and then scrunch them up. So spread the toes and scrunch them up. You can do both feet at once. Just think about bringing them as wide apart as you can and scrunching them up. And then point your toes and bring your toes back toward your shins. So flexing your feet, and then maybe circle your ankle, circle your toes around your ankles in one direction, and then the other direction. And then maybe windshield wipe, so both feet to the right, to the left. Okay, now tighten up all the muscles of your right leg from your thigh all the way down. Just squeeze just the right leg. Squeeze it, squeeze it, squeeze it, and let it go. And now the left leg. Squeeze all the muscles together toward the bone on your left leg. Let it go. Okay. Now we're going to move up. So squeeze your glute muscles, your buttock muscles. Just squeeze them together, tight, tight, tight. And let them go. And I have to lie down so I can. Okay. Now, take your pelvic bones, tilt them up, so increase the space under your low back, and then exhale, bring your navel toward the mat, tucking. So just a few times, rock back and forth. Tilt and tuck. So tilt, the pubic bones come up, you have a little space between your low back and the mat, and tuck. Bring really hard, your navel toward the mat, tuck it in. Okay, then soften your belly and take a nice deep inhale and really feel the spread of your rib cage. So nice deep inhale. Spread your chest open, and then exhale, release everything back. Just do a couple of deep breaths like that, belly breaths. Opening your chest, just feeling your whole trunk expand. And exhale back, one more. Okay, now bring your awareness to your fingers, both hands at once. Spread your fingers and then clench them together like a fist. So just a few times like that. Spread fist, fling them apart, squeeze them together. And then you might just move them one at a time, your fingers like you're playing a piano, just move those fingers around. Notice what's happening in the joints of your fingers. And then circle your wrists, one direction, and then another, the other. Okay, then tighten the muscles of your right arm, just your right arm, from the shoulder down. Try to isolate just the muscles in your arm, your hand, and release. And now go over to your left arm and hand, make a fist, squeeze the muscles of your left arm to the bone. And relax. And then just bring your shoulders up toward your ears and then back down a few times. It's kind of hard when you're on the mat, but just do the best you can. And then let the shoulders sink into the mat. And bring your awareness to the back of your skull, resting on the mat, and just gently rock side to side. Look over your right shoulder, your left shoulder, just rocking on the back of your skull. And then come back to center and relax your jaw. So circle your jaw around. I guess it's more like circling your lower jaw, your chin, around in one direction. You might hear a lot of clicking and stuff going on here, which is fine as long as it's not painful. Okay, now open your eyes wide, stick your tongue way out, so stretch all the muscles of your face. Like a lion, tongue out, lion, eyes wide, and then scrunch it all up, bring it all together. And then stretch it out. Scrunch it up. One more time. Stretch and scrunch. Okay, then release that. And just soften all the muscles of your scalp. So as if your skin was just melting down. Soften the muscles in your forehead. In your eyes, let your eyes be heavy, sink down. And the skin of your cheeks just soften and melting. And let your teeth be slightly apart. Jaw loose, relaxed. And now just see your whole body, feel all the sensations in your whole body. Everything's connected. And you move one part, it has effects on all the other parts. Just relax. And just take a moment or two to notice your emotional state and your mental activity, your calmness of your mind, your breath. See yourself as a whole. a moment to create an intention for your practice, just the reason that you came to practice today and what you'd like to take away. And we're going to begin in a seated position. So come on up to a seat. If it's more comfortable for you to sit up on a blanket, that's fine. Just find or a block even, or a chair. So come into a comfortable seat. And we're going to start with some cat-cows. So sit with a nice tall spine and your hands on your knees. And on an inhale, bend your elbows, bring your chest forward and maybe look up a little bit. And exhale, straighten your arms, push away, round your back into cat. So just inhale, forward, exhale, back. Start nice and slow, deep, even breaths. And then I'm going to do this for several rounds. So if it feels good, you can move a little faster. Don't force it. Inhaling forward, exhaling back. Waking up the spine. Okay, then bring that to stillness, and we're going to begin circling the hips. So on an inhale, take your body over toward the right, and then back, and then to the left, and then forward. Notice how this feels in your hips. And you can bend your elbows more to bring in a little more of a rotation and a side stretch. Okay, then the next time you come towards center, we'll reverse the circles. So going in the opposite direction, so counterclockwise direction. Inhale as you come forward, exhale as you come back, or any way that works out for you. Nice, okay, then come back to center. Bring your hands to your shoulders with your fingers in the front, your thumbs in the back. Upper arms parallel to the mat, as parallel as you can get them, so keep them up there. And inhale, twist to the right. Your gaze is right between your shoulders, so straight ahead. And then exhale to the left. And just back and forth like this. Inhaling to the right, exhaling to the left. And if you want to, you can speed this up. You don't have to. Couple more times. Okay, then back to center, and let your arms just come down by your sides. We're gonna, on the inhale, shrug our shoulders right up by the ears, as far as you can do it, and then exhale, let them come down. It's simple like that. Inhale up, exhale down. You can exhale through the mouth on this one if you like. time you bring them up, hold it. Hold, hold, hold. And then let them down. Okay, then just rest for a minute. Feel the energy moving around. Okay, then one more. So hands on the knees again. Let your chin come toward your chest and begin to inhale as you bring your ear toward your right shoulder and back behind, and then exhale as your ear comes toward your left shoulder and back around to the front. So inhaling toward the right and back very gently, exhaling toward the left. One more time this direction. And the next time your chin is toward your chest, begin to move in the other direction. So inhaling toward your left shoulder, back around, exhaling ear toward the right shoulder and down. Just gentle movements of your neck. If you encounter pain, just modify or move slowly. Okay, then pause there and take your legs straight out in front of you. Now you can stay on your blanket. I don't know if it's comfortable, but you don't have to. And take your block in your hands, so the short ends, holding on to the short ends. So legs are straight, ankles are flexed, so toes up toward the ceiling. Lengthen up on an inhale. Exhale, reach the block toward your toes, and then come back up. So just a few times moving like this. Inhale up, exhale, chest toward thighs, head toward knees, straight back. Inhale, lengthen up. Exhale, lengthen out. Okay, one more time, moving. And then you can drop the block, hands on toes or ankles or somewhere on your lower legs. So we're just gonna keep breathing here. So inhale, lift your chest a little bit, lengthen out. Exhale, maybe bend your elbows, come forward a little bit more on the exhale. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, navel in here, protect your low back. Inhale, raise up. Exhale, softly forward. Okay, one more time moving. Inhale, exhale. Now just stay in wherever you are here. Let there be a little bend, so don't lock your knees. A little micro bend in your knees so that you're not gripping with your hamstrings. Continue to lengthen out through the top of your head on the inhale, long spine. And then exhale, maybe the chest comes down a little more, maybe not. One more breath. Okay, and then use your hands to walk yourself back up. And take your legs wide. Okay, so again, the feet are flexed. And you're going to inhale, arms up. Exhale, turn toward the left foot, reach both hands toward the left foot, so this is more of a side stretch. Inhale up, exhale, both hands toward the right foot. Very nice. Okay, so inhale, lengthen your spine. Exhale, turn and reach, keeping your navel in. Just a few more times like that. Inhaling up, exhaling, reach. Again, let your back of your knees be soft. Okay, so one more time to the left, and one more time to the right, wherever you are. You don't have to be where I am. And then inhale up, and now right hand to right toward right toes or ankles or shins, and you're right in the center. Lengthen out on the inhale. You feel a nice stretch in your inner thighs. Knees can be bent. Very good. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale. Just reach out wherever you come to. And just stay here and breathe. Make sure you have a soft back of your knee or knees bent. And inhale, lengthen out through the crown of your head, navel toward your spine. Exhale, maybe soften so you can feel which muscles are being stretched here. Find that nice sweet spot where you're not doing too much, but you can feel a stretch. And take a couple more breaths right here. Relax your face, jaw. Let go of any extra effort. Okay, then bring your legs back together. Just tap them on the mat, back your legs there. Okay, now we're going to come up to all four. And we've already done our cat-cow. We did those in a seated posture. So now we're going to start in tabletop. Fingers spread, wrists under shoulders, knees under hips. So you're resting on the tops of your feet. And more pressure in the ball points of the pads beneath your fingers, like your palm is a little suction cup. Now walk the hands forward about a foot, so they're not, your wrists are no longer under your shoulders. And we're gonna come into puppy pose, which is a little down dog, different foundations. So bring your chest toward your thighs, keep your arms straight, push away, your hips will come back, but not all the way to your heels. And then let your chest come toward your thighs, between your arms. So this is much more of a stretch for your shoulders. Have your shoulders, your arms straight if you can, but you don't have to. And your head is just hanging, so shake it, yes, no. Puppy pose. Now on an inhale, you're going to tuck your tailbone, round your back, come forward so your shoulders are over your wrists, and then drop your hips and lift up so you're in a upward facing dog. And then exhale, round your back, bring your hips back toward your heels in puppy. Inhale, round your back, bring your shoulders over your wrists, unfurl your chest, let your hips drop, and come up. Okay, just got that? No? If it doesn't feel good, don't do it. You can just come back to a regular cat-cow. Okay, then do come back into a child's pose. So your hips toward your heels. You can rest your head on your stacked arms. You can have your knees wide apart in a wide leg child's pose if that feels good. Just release and rest. So just let everything sink down. Breathe. Slow, deep breath, even. And then come back up to all fours, tabletop. And we're going to do sunbirds. So there's some options here. So we're going to start by taking the right leg back. So rest on your right toes and lengthen out through your right heel. And then inhale, lift the right leg parallel to the mat. And you can walk your left fingers out to the corner and raise that left arm. So you're reaching out through your right leg and left arm, or you can keep your left fingers on the mat. Another option is to take your knee and elbow toward each other and then lengthen out again. So you can move here, knee and elbow together. You can hold and left arm out, right leg out. Or you can come back to the mat. Okay, so wherever you are, do what you want to do. And then take your left hand down, your right knee, come back to tabletop. And we'll do the other side. So this time, left toes lengthen out, left toes on the mat. Lengthen, start by just lengthening that leg out. And then on an inhale, raise it parallel. And then option to bring your right arm out, lengthen, lengthen, lengthen. Another option is to bring your knee and elbow toward each other. What do? You do what's best for you. Continue to breathe. Continue to activate your core. And then come back to tabletop. And just go back into child's pose just for a little rest, a little recoup here. Okay, then come back to tabletop and come onto your knees. So we're gonna sit on our heels. Okay, so if that's comfortable, you can sit on your heels. If it's not, you can put a block, bring your hips up and sit on a block. So this next one, we haven't done it for a while. It's kind of challenging. Okay, so sit on your toes. So we're going to do a toe stretch here. So have your toes down. Not block. You can have the block really high or no block at all. So stretch your toes out. Give a stretch to your toes. It's pretty challenging. Okay, we're not going to do it for very long. If you don't want to stretch your toes, just put the tops of your feet on the mat. Okay, so go back to the tops of your feet on the mat. And you can sit on your heels or you can be sitting on a block. We're gonna come into camel pose. So we're gonna rise up. Never mind about sitting. So okay, rise up. On your, you can have a pad under your knees if your knees are sensitive. So bring your hands, palms down on your back with the thumbs on your tops of your hips, thumbs facing forward. Or to, yeah, something. Okay. And then lengthen up. Bring your shoulder blades together in the back. So try to bring your elbows toward each other. So nice open chest. Press down with your palms. Lengthen up with your chest. So begin to move your hips forward and look up a little bit. So back bend here. This might be as far as you go. Another option is to tuck your toes and reach your hands back to your heels. This is really going to be a stretch in your calves, so that might not be up for everybody or anybody. But so wherever you are, just breathe here. This is camel pose, and the stretching of the quadriceps is we're working toward our goal pose, and that's going to be, this is kind of a prep for that. So just keep breathing, pressing down through your feet and your knees. Couple more breaths. Okay, and then come back to all fours. And let's just do some circles with our hips around the knees. Barrel roll kind of things. And then the other way. And we're gonna come down onto our belly. So walk your hands out like we did for puppy, so out in front. Bring your shoulders over your wrists. Activate your core, navel in and up, and then keeping your elbows close to your sides as slowly as you can. Lower your chest and chin to the mat, and then lengthen out your legs. Come onto your belly. Stack your hands under your forehead and just rest for a couple breaths. And then come up onto your forearms so that your elbows are under your shoulders. Spread your fingers, your palms face down. Tops of feet press into the mat. Let your pelvis just sink into the mat. Sphinx pose. So energetically, that means your hands aren't going to move, but press back, pull back on your hands like you want to slide them backward, and pull your chest through your arms. Long neck. You can look up a little bit. Couple breaths in Sphinx. Okay, then stack your hands again, bring your forehead to your hands, bend your right knee, so your right foot is facing toward the ceiling. Circle that ankle a few times. Now reach back and take a hold of the right foot, if you can. I can give you I can bring a strap. Ugh. So if you're holding on somewhere there, just kind of gently pull, so feel the stretch in your quadricep there. Don't overdo it. No. All right, see how this feels. Can you get that? Can you get, yeah, don't do too much, but just,
Thank you.
who else wants a strap? You want a strap, Mary? Or you're good?
No,
You want a strap? All right, so this is,
Just got it.
yeah, is that good?
Uh-huh.
Little, anybody? Vicky, want a strap?
Yes, please.
Okay. All right, so just gentle. Get just the right amount of stretch there in that right quadricep. We're gonna do dancer pose. So that's, let's see, get both hands in there and just a little, you feel that in your right quad?
Mhm.
Okay, perfect, perfect. Okay. Oops. And you can pulse it a little bit, release it a little bit if it's getting too much. And just like with any stretch, if you breathe right into it and then think about releasing, allowing that muscle to just release a little bit. Okay, then take the strap off or release that leg and we'll go to the other side. So move the strap to around your left foot. Come around and help, because that can be kind of awkward. And just draw that, try to draw the leg in here, but I'll help you. It's bondage.
Thank you.
Okay.
Yeah. Where are we?
Okay, all right. Also, don't want to whack yourself with this buckle, these straps, and that big old buckle. Okay, good. Okay, you're good with that?
Well, I can do the left side.
Okay, that's interesting. Yeah, our sides are different. That's a good thing to know. All right, so just find that sweet spot. Letting that quad just get a little stretch. Nice. Let's do a couple more breaths. Okay, then release that. Take the strap away. You won't probably need, well, maybe for dancer. All right, come back to all fours. And we'll come up to standing, moving through downward facing dog. So tuck your toes, lift your hips up, back. Keep your knees bent quite a lot and to begin with. And pedal your feet a few times. And then maybe as you're holding, straighten your legs out a little bit more. Chest moves toward thighs. Shake your head, yes, no. Make sure your neck is in line with your spine, just hanging heavy. Press into the pointer finger part of your hand, and then into the backs of your hand, the palms, back, the heel of your hand. Lift your tailbone up toward the ceiling, and then walk your hands back toward your feet. Coming into a forward bend. Chest can be all the way on the thighs, knees bent, or legs can be straighter, whatever suits you. You can take hold of opposite elbows. Just let the weight of your upper body lengthen out your spine.
Make sure you keep your navel drawn in and up. So protection for your lower back. Couple breaths here more. And then bring your hands to your shins, come halfway up. So Ardha Uttanasana, half forward bend. Lengthen out in two directions, long spine. Exhale, fold. And then inhale, press into both feet, arms out to the side, come up to standing. And hands down to heart center. And come into mountain pose. So you know how to do it, just do it mindfully. Always start from the bottom. Lift, spread your toes, press evenly into the four corners of your feet. Externally rotate your arms. Shoulders are down, shoulder blades together on the back. Lift up through the crown of your head. Just relax. Anything you don't need here. So any extra effort, relax your face. Let your teeth come lightly apart. Just open that heart space, open chest. Come back to your breath. Okay, and we're gonna come to the back of your mat, and we're gonna walk a tightrope forward and back. So, I think you can have your eyes open. So just like you're on the right foot in front of the left, this is harder than you might, for me it is anyway, harder than you might think. Walk forward on the tightrope, and then backward. Now, it's good to have your gaze on something like on the floor, something that's not moving ahead, even as you're doing this, not on your feet. Whole foot on the ground. Okay, one more time, forward and back. You really have to focus on this. Okay. All right. Oh, that was good. Okay, I like the way you're using your arms. I wasn't doing that, and I looked at Vicki, and she's like, you're like a tightrope walker, right? You're going across that thing. Oh, okay, great. All right, now, you might want to have a chair nearby here, or stand near a wall. I'll show you what we're going to do. We're going to do either prep for dancer or all the way to dancer. So for that, you raise your leg, take a hold. I guess I have the chair on the wrong side. No, here, okay, raise your leg, take a hold of the foot, bring it back. So this is what we were doing on our bellies, right? Pulling our, okay? And then dancer is moving. This is on my heel. I probably shouldn't be doing like this. Oh, but you can also do this. So I don't know, we'll just do different versions, but start by coming, let's start, so if you have a chair, wall, have it on the left. So raise your right knee and take a hold somewhere. You could use a, I don't know, can everybody do that at least? Yeah, okay, yeah, that's good. Okay, so you want to aim to have your foot right behind the leg so it's not out to the side, so do the best you can with that. Okay, very nice. So you're pulling up on that foot, stretch it down the front of the right quadricep. Then, without doing anything with your arm, you can practice just moving your body forward, lifting it up, or not. And then the other part would be to raise your left hand. Well, okay. Oh, look at you. All right. Yoga is a practice, not a performance, so it doesn't matter what anybody else is doing. Just do what you can do. So just play around with that for a little bit. And if you're holding here, you could just practice moving your leg back and forward, just different parts of it. Okay. Done on that side. Nice. I think you guys are dancers. It's great. Okay. All right. Then shake it out and do the other side. Basically. So start by raising the knee. It's easier to get a hold if you start in front. Okay, so were the sides different?
Yes,
Look
I
at
can
you.
do it on this side.
For
about 3
you guys
seconds
did
on this
great.
side. I can do it for only half a second on the other.
That's beautiful. That's really beautiful. That's a difficult balance pose. All right, shake it out. Shake it out. Woohoo! And come to the front edge of your mat. You won't need the chair anymore. And we're gonna come down. So inhale up. Exhale, swan dive, forward fold. Place your hands on the mat, step both feet back into downward facing dog. One nice long stretch up here. And then inhale your knees to the mat, bring your feet out to the side, come into a seat. With your feet hip-width apart, knees bent, lengthen up tall through the crown of your head. And we're going to do a little boat as we go down. So this could be your boat right here, arms out. Or you could have hands down by your hips or behind your thighs, and see about raising your legs. So strong core here, long spine, however you are. Take a couple breaths. And then feet down and roll your spine down onto the mat. Keep your knees bent. And we're going to do figure 4. So knees are bent. Take your right foot straight up toward the ceiling. Rotate the toes out to the right and bring your right ankle above your left knee. So figure 4. We're just going to do a twist on each side here. So your left foot is on the floor. Inhale in the center, arms out, shoulder height. Exhale, bring your navel in and take your legs to the left. So your right foot will come toward the mat and your left knee. So you're keeping the cross of ankle over knee and just twisting over toward the left. Couple breaths. And then inhale, keeping the cross, come back to center. Exhale, bring your navel toward the mat and let your legs come over toward the right. So this time, don't worry about getting them on the floor, just as far as they go. If it's too much to have the weight of your right ankle on your left leg, you can just bring both feet to the floor. Bring the right foot, uncross in other words. So whatever feels right in this side, this twist. Your gaze can go over your left shoulder or straight up to the ceiling or over your right shoulder. just hold this for a few breaths. And if this is not the right twist for you right now, you can do a different one, so. Inhale, breath goes right all everywhere, like you're blowing your body up with air. And then exhale, release it, let everything soften. Okay, then inhale back to center. Take that right leg up toward the ceiling, right foot up toward the ceiling again, and then bend it to meet the left. And we'll do the same kind of thing on the other side unless you want to modify it to suit yourself better. So left foot up, left ankle over right knee, above right knee. And start by letting your legs go over toward the right. So left foot, right knee, yeah. When you feel like you've equaled out this side, you can inhale back to center and let your legs go the other way. You decide when the time's right. Inhale, puff it out. Blow up your body, exhale, let it go, release. And then come back to center and take any movements that you'd like that feel your body's asking for, and then move toward where you'd like to be for Shavasana. Fish pose?
Mm-hmm.
So,
I can't remember.
okay.
I don't know how to do it.
Okay. So you put your hands under your buttocks, that's right. And then come up onto your elbows. And
Up on your elbow?
Yeah, so forearms, sorry. So bend your, legs are straight. So bend your elbows and then bring your head back. No, so are you bending, no, so like this, start like this, come up like this. Okay, and then keeping your chest up, so your upper arms are on the mat.
Oh,
And then, do you want a head, block under your head or blanket?
No, I just don't remember how to get into it.
Well, you can also do it with something, okay, so, alright, so your hands are under here, right? Okay, now, come up like this. Okay, that's good. Then lift your chest up, and then bring your head back. So it's real, why don't try it with a blanket rolled up under your. Are you sure?
I just couldn't remember how to get there.
Did we do it differently?
I don't think
did we
we've
do
ever
it
done it here.
recorded?
I don't think we've ever done it here.
Oh, okay.
It's kind of a tough one.
But if you're supported, it can feel really good. You can put a blanket rolled up under your spine or, anyway, I'll help you any way you want. Everybody's good. All right. You're not even on the map, Vicky. But that's okay, it doesn't matter. Do you want?
I hope the floor's not dirty.
So just really let everything go now. Just be right in the moment. Accepting everything that is, but not attaching to anything. Gently come back to the space and begin to awaken your body. Maybe a little more gently than we started, but by moving fingers and toes and maybe some little stretching. Gradually bringing your knees in and coming onto your side body. Just seeing yourself at the end of practice, revisiting your intention, noticing your breath, your mental state, your feeling mind. And then bring yourself up to a comfortable seat. I forgot to have us change the cross of our legs when we were doing the seated pose. So if you remember whatever your normal cross is, try the other way. If you feel up for it. Okay, and then just sit with a nice tall straight spine. So press into your sit bones and lift up through the crown of your head. Close your eyes. Take a big inhale in and sigh it out. 2 more. I invite you to bring your hands, palms together, thumbs at your heart space. Bow to your efforts today, your willingness to give 1 hour to yourself, mind, body, spirit. As always, I thank you for letting me lead you and participate in your practice, and for sharing your energy and your laughter and just your joy. And the light in me bows to and honors the very same light in each of you. Namaste.
Namaste.